Hey folks, I'm Rick Lamont, and today I'm going to be reacting and commenting to RWBY Volume 1, Episodes 11 and 12, Jaunedice. Now, this is going to seem like a random comment, and it probably is, but I've had Wonderwall stuck in my head all week. And first of all, I'm hoping the great RWBY soundtrack will knock it out of place and give me something better. Now, the reason I've had Wonderwall stuck in my head is because I watched the entire season of Everything Sucks! On Netflix. And the song figures heavily into the plot, and it gets played several times. Without getting into the show and everything, I understand why it was canceled. It's kind of a shame. I think it was going places, but it was uneven. It was good. There was fantastic acting, and the parts that were good were great. But it needed a little bit of editing in both the script and the final cut. But here's the thing. My secret vice are teen dramas and teen comedies, that sort of thing. And I don't know why. High school was horrible. Junior high was worse. And just as an aside, I'm filming this on a Wednesday.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Like I said, teen comedies. I like that sort of drama for some reason, and I don't know why. I can't really explain it. Maybe it's the universality of the experience that we've all had those cringe years when no one felt like they fit in, and everyone, even the super popular people, felt like they didn't belong. Maybe they did. I don't know. I wasn't one of them. And that's the thing I like about RWBY, is the experience has that element of familiarity. We weren't sorted into teams of 4 that we would be with for the entire school experience. Maybe you were. I wasn't. And we didn't fight against monsters with magical weapons. Again, maybe you did. I didn't. But there is that little bit that you kind of understand. RWBY showing up that very first day and feeling alone and not knowing anybody. Yeah, I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Now, Jaune, who is presumably the main character of this episode, based upon its title, has a lot of unearned confidence. But here's the thing. I think we all did. And I think a lot of that is a front. We'll find out. Maybe he genuinely feels that way. Now, I don't know how much RWBY is going to focus on the day-to-day school aspects versus the monster hunting magical weapon aspect. I mean, that's really cool. Don't get me wrong. But I'd like to see more personal issues, because that's where the real growth comes from. That's where you can get better at combat and you can learn about yourself through trial. Now, it was the little interactions between RWBY and Weiss and Blake and Jaune that, even though it was slower, because it was slower, I thought was more interesting. It gave you a chance to get to know the characters, who they are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, beyond just combat skills. And while I'm on the topic, one of my dreams that I'd love to see, let me scoot over, center myself a little better. One of my dreams that I'd love to see in magical high school or magical school settings is the utterly mundane. You're going to have to learn math. And if nothing else, to do ratios and get your potions right. And you're going to need normal foreign languages. It's not just Aramaic, it's French and Spanish. And history, not just the magical history. There's all these mundane things that you need to just get by. My ideal series would focus on that and have the magic classes be almost secondary, but it's never going to happen. It'll probably never happen. Anyway, let's see what is going on in the world of RWBY. Okay. Let's go. It's a training exercise, and it's not going well for Jaune.
This is the part where you lose.
Over my dead.
Oh, yeah.
That's enough. Students, as you can see, Mr. Ark's aura has now dropped into the red. In a tournament-style duel, this would indicate that Jaune is no longer fit for battle and that the official may call the match. Mr. Ark, it's been weeks now. Please try to refer to your scroll during combat. Gauging your aura will help you to decide when it is appropriate to attack or when it is better to move to a more defensive strategy.
Huh.
We wouldn't want you to be gobbled up by a Beowulf, now would we?
Speak for yourself.
Oh, so he's a bit of a jerk. It's not enough to win. He has to make sure the other person loses.
So keep practicing. Those who
But the
choose to
device
compete
is
in the combat
interesting that
tournament
it
will be representing all of Vale.
it's like a heads-up display for combat, except not heads-up.
So, there we were, in the middle of the night.
It was day.
We were surrounded by Ursai.
They were Beowulfs.
Dozens of them!
2 of them.
But they were no match. And in the end, Ren and I took them down and made a boatload of Lien selling Ursa's skin rugs.
She's been having this recurring dream for nearly a month now.
Jaune, are you okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Why?
It's just that you seem a little not okay.
Guys, I'm fine. Seriously.
Sound seems a little murky. Yeah, he's not convincing.
Jaune, Cardin has been picking on you since the first week of school.
Who? Cardin Winchester? Ah, he just likes to mess around, you know? Practical jokes.
He's a bully.
Oh, please. Name one time he's bullied me. No, come on!
Yeah, not cool. You know, you gotta outgrow that kind of stuff.
One rocket-propelled locker to store your weapons and extra armor. Additionally, your locker can be sent to a custom location based on a 6-digit code.
What? No, wait, get me out of here. Please, don't do it. Oh, come on! I didn't land far from the school.
Jaune, you know if you ever need help, you can just ask.
Oh! We'll break his legs!
Guys, really, it's fine.
That's the attitude.
Besides, it's not like he's only a jerk to me. He's a jerk to everyone.
Ow, that hurts! Please stop.
I told you it was real.
What a freak.
Atrocious. I can't stand people like him.
He's not the only one.
Same.
It must be hard to be a Faunus.
Yeah, it's hard having everybody kind of have your back as well, in a way.
Humankind was quite adamant about centralizing Faunus population in menagerie. Now, while this must feel like ancient history to many of you, it is imperative to remember that these are relatively recent events. Why, the repercussions of the uprising can still be seen to this day. Now, have any among you been subjugated or discriminated because of your Faunus heritage?
Huh. So
Dreadful,
there's
simply dreadful. Remember,
more
students,
than
it is
just
precisely this kind of ignorance
human.
that breeds violence. I mean, just look at what happened to the White Fang. Now, which one of you young scholars can tell me what many theorists believe to be the turning point in the 3rd year of the war? Yes,
The battle at Fort Castle?
precisely. And who can tell me the advantage
Okay,
Faunus
this is
had over
exhausting.
General Lagoon's forces?
Hey, way!
Mr. Art, finally contributing to class. This is excellent, excellent. What is the answer?
The answer... The advantage, the faunus had over that guy's stuff. Binoculars!
Very funny, Mr. Ark. Cotton, perhaps you would care to share your thoughts on the subject.
Well, I know it's a lot easier to train an animal than a soldier.
You're not the most open-minded of individuals, are you, Cardin?
What? You got a problem?
No, I have the answer. It's night vision. Many faunus are known to have nearly perfect sight in the dark.
Interesting. Okay.
General Legume was inexperienced and made the mistake of trying to ambush the faunus in their sleep. His massive army was outmatched, and the general was captured. Perhaps if he'd paid attention in class, he wouldn't have been remembered as such a failure.
Mr. Winchester, please take your seat. You and Mr. Ark could both see me after class for additional readings.
Oh.
Now, moving on.
You go on ahead. I'll wait for Jaune.
You two have been struggling in my class since day one. Now, I don't know if it's a lack of interest or just your stubborn nature, but whatever it is, it stops now. You've worked hard to gain entrance to the school, and we only accept the best of the best, so I expect you to act like it. History is important, gentlemen. If you can't learn from it, you're destined to repeat it. Pages 51 to 91. I want an essay on my desk by next class. Now, run along.
So this is kind of the history I was talking about, where it's, yes, it's relevant to what they're, to the magic weapon he's fighting monstery stuff. But it's also the mundane world.
I have an idea. Here, come with me.
Pyrrha, I know I'm going through a hard time right now, but I'm not that depressed. I can always be a farmer or something.
No! That's not why I brought you up here. Jaune, I know you're having a difficult time in class, and that you're still not the
Who's
strongest
down
of
there?
fighters, so I want to help you.
What?
We can train up here after class where no one can bother us.
You think I need help?
No, that's not what I meant.
But you just said it.
Jaune, everybody
It's
needs
okay
a
to
little
need help.
push from time to time. It doesn't make you any different from the rest of us. You made it to Beacon. That speaks volumes of what you're capable of.
You're wrong. I don't belong here.
That's a terrible thing to say. Of course you do.
No, I don't. I wasn't really accepted into Beacon.
I mean, he's not
What
a
do
legacy.
you mean?
I mean, I didn't go to combat school, I didn't pass any tests, I didn't earn my spot at this academy. I lied. I got my hands on some fake transcripts, and I lied.
What? But why?
Because this is what I've always wanted to be. My father, my
Interesting.
grandfather, and his
So-
father before him were all warriors. They were all heroes. I wanted to be one too.
His skill is
I was just never good enough.
shortcuts,
Then
cheating.
let me help you.
I don't want help. I don't want to be the damsel in distress. I want to be the hero.
Jaune,
I'm tired of being the lovable idiot stuck in the tree while his friends fight for their lives. Don't you understand? If I can't do this on my own, then what good am I?
Everybody needs help. Everybody needs training. Everybody needs someone
Leave me
to
alone. Okay?
help them learn.
if that's what you think is best.
Yep.
Oh, Jaune.
Cardin,
I couldn't help but overhear you two from my dorm room. So, you snuck into Beacon, huh? I gotta say, Jaune, I never expected you to be such a rebel.
please, Cardin, please don't tell anyone.
Jaune, come on. I'd never rat at a friend like that.
He has big heads.
A friend?
Of course. We're friends now, Johnny boy. And the way I see it, as long as you're there for me when I need you, we'll be friends for a long time.
Blackmail.
That being said, I really don't have time to do those extra readings Dr. RWBY gave us today. Think you could take care of that for me, buddy? That's what I thought. Don't worry, Jaune. Your secret's safe with me.
Okay, that was another very abrupt ending. That seems to be a recurring theme. I don't know if that's because of, well, I know the Volume 1, their episodes are very, very short for financial and technical reasons. That's why that was actually 2 episodes. I don't know if that has something to do with the abrupt ending, or if that's just where the story ended logically. I mean, I can kind of see that. I can see that. So let's see. Carden. Yeah, he was pretty clearly a bully from the beginning. As I was talking about at the beginning, the kind of the high school and junior high, that whole experience both in the mundane world and the magical weapony, monstery, fighty world, bullies are an unfortunate reality, and the nature of them might vary. Growing up in the 80s, if you watch movies from that era or movies set in that era or just a lot of American shows, a lot of people are really surprised, people not from the U.S., about just how awful the bully can be. And I hope that's gotten better. I don't know. The way people react, I kind of get that impression, but okay, I need to faunus. Okay, I had to Google. It's one of 2 intelligent races that inhabit remnant, and the other being humans. Okay, I'm not going to read any further than that, so block that off. Okay, so not only is Carden just your garden variety bully, but he's also a racist bully, which honestly is not that unusual to be a bigot and a bully. So what does this mean for Jaune? He doesn't want help because accepting help means he is as weak as Carden says he is. At least that's what it is in his mind. Plus he feels he doesn't deserve it because he cheated. But I get the feeling that Professor Ozpin, the headmaster, right, knows more than he lets on. I think he knows, or at least suspects, that Jaune's entrance was less than legitimate, but is going to either look the other way or make an exception because he feels there is a real potential there despite his creative qualifications. So that remains to be seen. So that's a tough position to be in, is not wanting to accept help, because that means your detractors, in this case, Carden the bully, is correct. If you accept help, that means everything he says about you is right. Combine that with the guilt of cheating to get in, Jaune is at a tough spot. But the thing is, I think getting a few wins would change his attitude. And there's nothing wrong with accepting help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Jaune is in an interesting position. I mean, he's the leader of Team Juniper, correct? Because his name comes first, which, again, Professor Ozpin wouldn't do that just because it's a clever name, would he? But it is nice to get a little further introduction into the world, meet a few more characters, and here's where we get the whole school experience fleshed out. And unfortunately, yeah, that's a bully. But also their victims and the other species. What were they again? Faunus. I like this episode because it wasn't so combat heavy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the combat, but this was a action-wise much calmer, although that history professor. And I think this was a good representation of the day-in, day-out experience at Beacon Academy. It's not all furious fighting of monsters in the forest. It is schoolwork and classes and interpersonal activities and lockers and lunchrooms. That's really nice to see. I was a little bit worried that it would kind of skip all that and just stay this high energy, fast-paced combat and training montages. So I like this episode. I really like this episode. I feel bad for Jaune, of course, and we're supposed to. So good job. And I think I'm running out of stuff to say. So anyway, let me know if you had school experiences similar to what they're going through at Beacon Academy. Let me know if you had advanced weapon training and fighting monsters, although I won't believe you if you did. And well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you will watch again. If you liked it, you know the button to press. It looks kind of like this. And if you want to see more, you also know the button to press. It looks kind of more like this and says subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.